Hello. So, activity 1 of 17. This is a prototype. If any time you get lost, click the Mamas and Papas button in the top or in the menu to start again. Cool. I'm just going to make my browser window a little bit bigger so I can get the whole thing in. Activity 1 is just looking at the screen. I can see the logo at the top. Mamas&Papas button at the top or in the menu. Cool. Okay, so next. What are your first impressions of this site and what do you think you can do on this site? Okay, first impressions of the site. Looks clearly like products for new parents with small children. Looks modern, contemporary, like the images on there. Looks probably slightly kind of middle class, I would say. Looks, I can see shop and discover up in the top left corner. There looks to be some kind of feature in the at the top here where there's somebody that looks like they're going to be talking. So my first impressions was that would take me through to a video, but then reading the blurb underneath, it says read the article. So maybe it's not a video, it's an article to read. So if I scroll down a bit further, it looks like some kind of carousel with stuff that I can navigate through. Yeah, looks like I can click this. So looking through, discover how he time concept. It just looks like some text that's not really helping me in there at the moment. But looks like these are kind of collections of things, but I don't quite know. A maternity style. This looks like, well, I was a bit confused by this one actually at first. It looks like some kind of men's, because it was maternity clothing, and then now it's kind of men's clothing, but it's not. I think it really is about buggies. So that was a bit confusing. And discover, I don't know what discovering is, but it looks like some stuff. I'll continue to scroll down. There's a thing down here for me to subscribe to some kind of mailing list. I don't know why I would want to do that. It's just randomly put my email address in and say, yeah, here you go, have my email address. And then some kind of navigation block at the bottom. It's a little bit difficult to see on my screen where the block is against the background, but if I tilt my screen a little bit more, I can see it a bit better. So this looks like utility type stuff rather than navigation through to products. So yeah, it looks like I can buy, well, I'm hoping that I can buy some nursery products or children's clothing, travel stuff like buggies and things like that. So, but yeah, it looks clean, modern, contemporary, bright, aspiring, middle class. I think that's probably words that I'd use to describe the look and feel. Right, scenario, 5 minutes to spend on this scenario is I have a little boy who is 7 months old and he has to dress nicely for some family photographs. You want to get him a nice white shirt. To find a shirt that matches the description and proceed as far as you can without checking out. Okie doke. So, can I click shop? Right, okay, so now I've got a menu that's appeared from the left. So we've got baby clothing, baby home. Right, so obviously it is just baby's clothing, not children's clothing. So I would click baby clothing to see what that brings up. But now, right, okay, so boys, girls, unisex. So it's a boy, so I'm going to click boys. Okay, so that's brought me through to boys' shirts and tops. I didn't think that would bring through to necessarily to boys' shirts and tops. I would have thought I would have come through to all boys' clothing, unless the only thing that this company offers is shirts and tops. So I need a nice white shirt. So I could scroll down the page and just look at the thumbnails, but I've got to the bottom without really. I've seen a white cotton pattern shirt here, but the instructions are asking me to find a white shirt. So I'm probably going to try and find something without a pattern. But then the lack of more items or any kind of pagination at the bottom of the page suggests to me that I'm looking at all of the results. So I would assume that this is the only white shirt that's available, but there are some filters here. So I'm going to click on the filter, so filter by color, but I can't filter by color in your prototype, which is annoying because I'd like to be able to filter by color white, and then I can see all the white shirts. So clear all, apply filters. Let me go back to the previous screen. So yeah, I mean, I would like to filter by color and choose color white to look at the different shirts. I'm just messing about with the toggle thing, but there's a white shirt here at the top, the first one in the list of options. So I'm going to click on that white shirt. So through to the page, white shirts, £14.50. My child is 7 months old, so I've chosen to click the select your size. Various options, 6 to 9 months, he falls squarely in there, so click that. So I need to go as far as checking out. So I don't want to find it in a store, so I want to do an online purchase. So I'm going to add it to my bag. Right, so I've added that to my bag, and now I'm slightly confused why there's a cot bed set in there, because I've not necessarily added it, but hey, that's cool with me for now. So, right, that's in my shopping basket. Now I'm slightly confused as to what to do, because there is nothing. Oh, well, the checkout is there, but it's right further down the page, which was confusing because the browser size that I've got open at the minute, I didn't see that. That was off the screen. So I would suggest that checkout, the subtotal and checkout, needs to be right up underneath. So I've clicked out of the frame, so that's now disappeared. So can I click my basket? Oh, I've got my basket back by clicking a little basket at the top, which is as expected. And I would then be clicking checkout to go to the checkout and make the payment, but probably trying to remove this cot bed set. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the next task. I think I've done that. How do I know that it's a good shirt to buy? I don't. Let's go back to the... I was slightly confused by the sort of phrasing in the question, a nice. I think it was a nice shirt, but now you're asking me how do I know it's a good shirt? So there's a slight discrepancy in the language used to describe the quality of the shirt, but how do I know it's a nice or good shirt? I would look at the description up here. I can read more. Whoa. Okay. So that wasn't expected. I didn't expect to come all the way down here to the bottom to look at some pictures, but cool, there's pictures of a shirt, and now I've scrolled down through the images, which make it look nice, because I can see a child wearing it rather than just this sort of static picture of it flat on a background. It looks nice, it looks well, and there is a product review section at the bottom with 92% of customers saying that they would recommend the product, and it gets 5 stars. So clearly this is a good shirt, but I'm going to come back up and I'm just going to read the product details and see if there's anything in there. I mean, it's 100% cotton, which is probably something I'd look for in clothing for children. Machine washable, tumble dry low, fair enough. Not bleachable, but I mean, small child, you probably want it to be bleachable, but then that's not necessarily nice or good. It's like, yeah, and it's got lots of features here. It's like, the print, denim details. It's a nice fabric, double layered. So I think I would go with that. And coming back up to the top of the page, I've noticed now that you've got the 5-star rating at the top, which I just completely didn't see that first time around. I only now noticed that having scrolled down further down the page, seeing the product review section, and now I've seen those stars represented. I probably just assumed that was some kind of hairline or something that's breaking up the title from the content information. Maybe because of the color of them, and because there's 5 of them, they're not all. If it was 4 out of 5, that maybe would suggest to me that this is a rating rather than just 5 stars. Maybe it just looks like a bit of a pattern. So maybe there's an issue with it being 5 out of 5 that's slightly confused me. So maybe it needs some kind of signifier next to it saying this is a top product or something. I don't know. So I'm going to go next. I feel I've answered that question sufficiently. How did you find that process? I think I've talked through that sufficiently in the last one. Reading the information there, that was cool. I think I was slightly confused by this read more scrolling me down to the page, because I didn't actually read more. You just showed me 2 pictures, so I was expecting more information, but you've just given me some pictures and then a review. So that isn't technically reading more, it's show me some pictures. So a slight discrepancy between language again and confusing kind of interaction with it. I was expecting that to push the stuff down below and there'd be more text for me to read. So slightly confusing, but I got the information in the end that I needed, so I would have been happy to kind of go with this if I was planning on purchasing this shirt. Where would you go to find curtains for a nursery? Once you have found this in the category, you move back to the next task. All right, so once I found this category, so shop again. Baby clothing, baby home, baby out and about, for mum, celebrate, discover. I'm slightly confused by baby home. I think that's where it's going to be, but I would have thought it would have had some kind of label like nursery or something. So kind of like makes me think of, I don't think of baby home. Like it's not the baby's home, it's my house. So like, I don't know, I just find that word confusing. So I would have clicked on baby home, but your prototype isn't letting me. So I haven't found the category. That's where I would try to find this category, but I haven't found it. So I haven't answered this question, this activity. So I'm going to click on discover this time and see what happens there. Now I've been taken to some kind of discovery page. There's nothing at the top here in this sort of featured box with the discover kind of giving me I assume the kind of content for the bits and pieces in there. Scrolling down the page to sort of see stuff. It looks really bloggy. Looks like articles about things rather than helping me find some curtains. I'm kind of getting a bit stuck here. I don't know where to go. Let me try clicking shop again and see if I can. Aha! I think I can click baby home now. Now I can click baby home. So maybe that wasn't a problem with the previous screen. That was a problem with the prototype. Nursery furniture, decor, mattresses and sleeping. I assume it's decor, but decor makes me feel like decorations. So I suppose they are wall hangings, curtains. So I'm not going to be that picky. So clicking on that, and I've come into another menu. So we've got mobiles, changing mats, curtains. We found the curtains. Once you've found this category, I'm going to click on. Oh, I can't click on it. So I found the category. Next. Go to this screen. And press next when you've done it. I can't do that. I can't copy your link, which is annoying. So I'm trying to type it in. So it's 24101. Let's hope. Boom. We're here. So I'm on that screen that you've asked me to go to. Next. You are interested in purchasing a Chestnut Flip XT that has a cup holder, carry cot, car seat and seat adapters for the chassis of the pushchair. How would you go about purchasing one of these? You've asked me to go here. So I've come to, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to go back to that page I was on before. How do I get back there? Maybe essentials? No. Right, let me go back to the Mamas and Papas, go back home, shop, out and about. I see. Oh, no, I can't click on that. Clothing. I'm stuck. Let me go. Can I click this here? Cool. I'm in. So I went back to the home page. I'll do that again for you. So I went back to the home page. I came down to this bit that looks like it's sort of a subset of sort of discover, maybe in a way, because it's kind of bringing me stuff. And I've come through to I clicked through the thing that looked like men's clothes before that confused me to buggies. And now I'm after the Flip XT, and it says Flip XT at the top, so I assume that's this one that you want me to look at. But I'm looking for this particular one in chestnut. So looking through the thumbnails that are available down here, we've got one here, it says chestnut. But I want the one that has a cup holder. Now, image doesn't show a cup holder on it, but it's got a carry cot, car seat, seat adapters and everything. So I'm not going to click on that one just yet. I'm just going to scroll down the page to see what else is available. So there's the carry cot. There's the carry cot in chestnut. So I'm wondering if there's some kind of bundle. I would have thought bundles would have been all together on this page, so the cots. But I'm going to click on the buggy and see if there's any other options to add those bits in here, or if they do have all the stuff. So I'm just scrolling down the page to sort of see the rest of these images to see what is coming. So it's compatible for a car seat, but it doesn't say it has. Doesn't say it has a car seat. That's weird. Right, because I came down here, and then I got to the bottom here, and it was like, show me some more pictures, and then I've got into these circular images. That feels like it's kind of marketing stuff to me now, but then this 2-year guarantee, this break in the white box made me feel like I'm moving into associated products, but now it's kind of got onto other stuff, like it's telling me about the basics of it, of the dimensions and things like that, and its features. So I'm a little bit confused. Product details are at the bottom here, and now we're into related items at the bottom. So I'm scrolling back up to the top, select my bundle, because it sounded like a bundle. I did use that word before when I was on the home page, expecting to see some kind of, that's the buggy on its own, but here's the bundle. Now I want the cup holder, carry cot, and I'm a bit confused. You've got 4, 5, and 6 piece bundles. I don't know what I want, but clearly I can only click on 5-piece bundle, so I assume that's the thing that I want. So I would click on the 5-piece bundle. Now it's changed. That looks excellent. That's exactly what I'm after. Now, if I'd had a picture of that on the page before, on the listings, that would have saved me messing about and getting confused about where I was or what I was doing, because that's really clear that it's got all the things that I want. It's got the carry cot and the all the little bits and bobs that I need. So that would have been much more helpful having that beforehand. So that's how we would go about it. And then I've got my 5-piece bundle, and I'll probably go to find in store, but you're not going to let me do that because it's about online shopping. Because actually making a purchase of a pushchair like this for that amount of money, I would want it to be, I'd want to try it out and see it and mess about with it and try and put it up and down myself. So, but in this instance, I will add it to my bag, and there it is in my bag. So, cool. I've got that in my bag. I'll get rid of that. So I think I've done that task. Number 9. What are your impressions of this site? Yeah, I think it's good. I think it looks good, and there's the information that I need on here. I'm picking on this page because I'm on it currently. Kind of coming back to my comment about the ratings, it's clearer here where you've got the 4.5 stars that's a star rating, whereas when it was 5 stars, that was my first exposure to it. I didn't notice it at all. So maybe some kind of color treatment or a label next to it to just explain what it is would be good. I'm going to go back to the previous page. I think this information is good that's on the home page, but I think on this item page, but I was slightly confused when I got down here. I felt like this break in the background where you've got a heading that kind of is selling stuff or kind of talking to me about the features and stuff. It really broke the content up and broke my flow with it, and it felt like that wasn't information that was to do with the thing that I was looking at. It felt like it was secondary information. And strangely, the secondary information, as in the related items, is attached to the dimensions of the thing itself. So again, a little bit confusing. I'm going to use the breadcrumb to go back to this page with a listing of all the buggies, and I think it would have been really helpful here to have. That that buggy bundle as an item on the home page, because you've got the buggy on its own and a carry cot on its own. And yeah, I could have just got straight through to it. There'd have been less clicks, less messing about, and that would have got me straight in. So I think the look and feel of it's really nice, and it looks clean and modern and contemporary, and as I would expect it to. But some of the ways in which I'm trying to get to the stuff that I specifically want to buy is a little bit laboured, and it's taken me a bit of searching. Whereas if it had been presented to me up front, then I would have got there much quicker. I'm going to click next. So I need to go to this link, Mums and Papas. Next. What are your first impressions of this site? They've got a sale on, and I can't see any pictures of any of the products. Yeah, I can't see any pictures of any of the products. I don't know really whether I'm in the right place. I can see the Mamas and Papas logo at the top. So I know I'm on Mamas and Papas. I can see a little Union Jack logo there, so I assume that means I'm on the right country. But yeah, there's a lot of sale stuff on here. And it's, I mean, scrolling down the page past the sale stuff, we've got bestsellers and things like that. It's looking a lot, it's so much busier than the previous wireframes that I was clicking through. It looks more akin to something like Boots, as a kind of retail equivalent, whereas the previous thing looked like it was more equivalent to something like John Lewis. So, and this whole kind of sale thing is, to me, I think good, because yeah, I'd like to buy stuff that's cheap, but I think if it's aimed at that kind of higher end market, then it's a bit in your face for that kind of market. I don't think people are that bothered, because often the sale stuff is the rubbish that's left at the end, and I actually know what I want to buy, so I just want to buy the thing. Yeah, it's all a bit busy. The little the prices and stuff are all a bit obscure. Some of this text is so small. Like, I'm really struggling to read the text here under this pushchair bundle. The 868, because particularly because it's got a strike through on it as well. Like, that's really hard to read. But in terms of what do I think I can do here, I can certainly buy sale stuff. I can search for something. Got a nice list of. I think the navigation's better on this. It's really clear. It's got nursery. That was interesting. I wasn't expecting the menus come out like that. But yeah, the navigation. I do like the navigation that was on the previous one. It was quite clear as step by step. But this is giving me a much better overview of all the things that are available for me to buy here. I do like this kind of mega menu approach, because I can get a real feel for the stuff. We've got furniture, mattresses, sleeping, decor. That's really clear to me. If we go to clothing, where I was before, let's have a look at the. Yeah, exactly. So clothing, boys. Where are shirts? Accessories. Shirts and tops. I'm just going to go to that page just to see. Can I do what I was trying to do before? I mean, the actual page looks quite nice actually. Now I'm into the kind of the results page. It's quite nice. My opinion of it is improving. I just think that homepage was so busy. It was trying to do too much. and not very inspiring. So that's my first impressions, and I think I can order stuff online. You have a little boy who's 7 months old and he has to dress nicely for some family photographs. Hey, I've already started doing this task, so I'm going to continue doing this. So I've come through to the page using the navigation at the top, which I thought was better than the previous page. And I'm going to select size because I know what size he is, and then I'm going to select color, which we don't have a nice white. White isn't available, so I assume they don't have any white shirts. So let me get rid of the size filter, the age filter, and see if white comes. No, they don't have white shirts available. So shirts and tops. So I can't buy one. Here's a long sleeve top. So that's the best thing I can find. It's obviously not got a collar, but it looks quite cute. So cool. 13. How do you know it's a good shirt to buy? Okay, so scroll down. I couldn't see the thing before. Before I scrolled, so I did just slightly scroll down and then see this product information in this script font, which gives me information about the shirt. So it says it's got it's cotton and polyester mix, elastic. It's giving me some advice about what to pair it with, which is interesting. That's not necessarily details. That's kind of like after I bought it. It's like, hey, cool. What do you want to do with it? How do you want to wear it? It's got the star rating up here, but these stars aren't filled in, so I assume, does that mean that this is no stars? I would assume that they would be filled in. I've not encountered this yet anywhere else, so I don't know if that means this is 5 stars or no stars. So there's a reviews section at the bottom. It doesn't give me any information about the review. No one's reviewed it yet, so maybe that's why it isn't. Maybe it is no stars. I'm gonna go back to shirts and tops to see if I can find something else. A shirt of some description. I'm going to pick this check one here because that was quite nice. Again, there are no reviews for this product, so again, I'm not sure whether or not it's 5-star or no stars. I don't know if it's a good shirt to buy. That's my answer. So I am going to click next. How did I find that process painful? I don't know if I would be looking on this website to work out whether something is a good shirt to buy or not. I would make that decision myself. But yeah, that trying to work out whether it is a good shirt, I felt was kind of painful. There's a thing here that adds it to my favorites. Maybe if it was like had some kind of metric for how many people had added this to their favorites, or how many have been sold, or I don't know, just some kind of information, because at the minute it's really not helping me. Apart from the product information stuff that gives me some like really kind of basic information about it and the images of it. So where would you go to find curtains for a nursery? Once you've found this category, move on. So curtains, nursery in the navigation, and then I am looking at decor and then curtains. So I've clicked on curtains. I found the category, so I'm going to move to the next task. You are interested in posting a chestnut flipped... Oh, right, so back to the pushchair. So I found the curtains. Hooray. How would you go about purchasing one of these? Right, so chestnut flip. Right, so I've not used the search yet, so I'm going to try the search. So I'm going to search for chestnut. And I'm going to spell it incorrectly on purpose just to see what happens. Slip TX. It's doing some weird thing where I don't like the flashing, where it's like trying to work out chestnut slip TX. So it didn't automatically correct me knowing that I was wrong. So no, I can't find what I'm after here. So I'm going to go back. It's not got, that's annoying. I hate it when websites don't leave your search term in the search box, because I just want to amend my search term, but you've taken it out of the search box for me, which is unhelpful. Chestnut flip TX. Right, so I've done it in there, and there's this like predictive thing, even though there's a really horrible flashing as it's working out what you're typing in the box. Is nice because that's showing me the product, but there's an image missing, so I don't know if it's exactly what I want. There's a signature edition below, so I'm going to go for the one above. That's taking me through to the page. Again, right, the image is broken, so that's really unhelpful. I don't know what I'm looking at. I've just, it's out of stock as well, so this has just been a complete disaster for me so far. Let me go back to go through the pushchairs. Right, so buggies and strollers, prams and push. I don't know if it's a pram or a push. I think it's a pram or a pushchair, but I don't know what the difference in a pram, pushchair, buggy, and a stroller is. I think that's slightly confusing to me, even though I have 2 children and I probably should know these things, but still, it is a bit confusing. Right, so I've got some stuff options here around bundles. And then in the model, there's the Flip XT2. So when we click the Flip XT2, because there was a little signifiers there's little numbers down the side that are giving me some indication of what options will be available to me when I come through. Right, so I'm back at on the results now. I can see the chestnut one, but it's a signature edition. I don't know if I want the signature edition. I just kind of thought I wanted the normal one, but you don't have that, so I'm going to have to go with this. Or we'll get free delivery, which is good. And then now this is much clearer here that we've got 4-piece bundle, 5-piece bundle, 6-piece bundle. That's great, but I only know this from doing the previous task, but what is the 4, 5 or 6-piece bundle? It doesn't tell me anywhere what I get in each of the bundles. So let me just try clicking on the 5-piece bundle. So the 5-piece bundle's brought me here. I'm going to click on the 4-piece bundle and see what all right, so don't get the car seat with that one, and with this one I get the car seat thing that goes in your car, that is the little clip in. Okay, right, so I want the 5-piece bundle, so I'm clicking there. Interestingly, I did notice now on this one that this one has been rated, because someone's done a single review and rated it as 5 stars. Still, that doesn't tell me whether it's a quality product, because that could be someone who's a friend of Mamas and Papas who wants to help them sell more of these. But the stars are filled in, so now I know that filled in stars is good. But yes, the read one review next to it from your previous wireframes, that really helps me understand that that's a review rating situation. So I'm at this. I think I've done what I'm done. I feel like I'm slightly rambling now. Click next. Number 17, I'm on the last task. What are your impressions of this site? Please complete when you're finished. Cool. So my impressions are, it's nice. I think I prefer these internal pages. They're quite descriptive. I've got lots of information here. I like this imagery, these things. Oh, they have nice little mouse overs. Didn't realise I had mouse overs before. There's some good information here. I mean, like, the colours are a bit annoying, because why is the colour information not up here next to the product? Because I might come into this one and think, I like it, but there's no kind of option to change the colour up here, which is slightly frustrating. That's all the way down here, and it's kind of selling me the features. It's like, should give me some of that information higher up the page. I think that, yeah, that's a little bit frustrating. I wish I had that more information available to me to sort of tailor it and sort of think about what my options are, or anything like that. But kind of going back to the home page, yeah, it's really sale focused, which slightly turns me off. And this bestsellers bit just looks really ugly. This video's horrible YouTube embed looks ugly as well, and the text is too small. This text here is just so hard to read. The thinness of the font, and yeah, it just looks busy. It looks like it's in desperate need of a bit of an update. But I do like this menu. Having hovered over that, this is one thing that I prefer, is the big menu, being able to get a real sense of what all the things are on offer, what I can buy here and what I can do. So yeah, that's me. I'm done. Thank you very much. I hope that was useful, and see you next time.